Okay, guys, Alan Cashman here, TheCashmanwins.com. We're going to go for our third video here, the West region. We've already knocked out the East and the South. So now we're going to do the West region here. North Carolina, the number one seed. Let's go ahead and bring the bracket back up onto our screen. And we've got the 1-16 game in the West. That's North Carolina versus either Howard or Wagner. We'll have North Carolina advancing here. We won't have a lot on that game. North Carolina is going to advance to the next round. Then we've got the 8-9 matchup, Mississippi State, Michigan State. I don't really love either team here. Michigan State has not won back-to-back games since February 17th, so they've not been playing consistently. Mississippi State has been competitive. They beat Tennessee. They played Auburn fairly close recently, lost at home in overtime to South Carolina, lost at home to Kentucky by 2. You look at Mississippi State shooting 47.3% their last 5 games. Michigan State shooting just 40.5% their last 5. Mississippi State also number 21 in the nation in offensive rebound percentage. I think Mississippi State's been playing better versus upper echelon SEC teams. So I'm going to take Mississippi State to beat a Michigan State team that I didn't necessarily think should even be in this tournament. So I'm going to take Mississippi State to advance here to the next round. St. Mary's and Grand Canyon 5-12 matchup. I'm going to take St. Mary's, but this is a Grand Canyon team that can give St. Mary's some trouble. Both teams pretty good defensively. Grand Canyon did beat San Diego State earlier in the season. St. Mary's has beaten Gonzaga twice. St. Mary's also lost by 25 to San Diego State. I'm going to take St. Mary's, but I would not be surprised if Grand Canyon can pull out a 12-5 upset here. But we're going to take St. Mary's to advance in this bracket. Alabama and Charleston 4-13 matchup. Charleston's won 12 straight. They won 14 of 15. Bama double-digit favorite. Numbers say Charleston could cover double digits. This has not been the same Alabama team from last season by any means. So I think I don't think it's a Bama team that you're going to see there in the Elite Eight necessarily. But I'm going to take Bama to get by Charleston in this one and advance to the weekend. Clemson and New Mexico, 6-11 matchup. I like New Mexico to win this one. I'm not impressed with Clemson limping into the tournament, losing 3 of 4. New Mexico, I think, is heating up at the right time. Won a really tough Mountain West tournament. New Mexico 8-0 against the spread in the last 8 neutral site games if you're interested in betting the game. New Mexico's holding opponents to 38.2% shooting in the last 5 games. And I kind of like New Mexico right now to make the 6-11 upset here in advance to the weekend. Baylor and Colgate 3-14 matchup. Numbers favor a cover by Colgate and a bigger spread. I'm going to take Baylor to advance. Colgate's shooting over 50% in their last 5 games, playing good defense, but this is a big step up in class from Ivy League competition. They may keep it close for a while with Baylor, but I think Baylor pulls away later in the game and moves on to the next round. Dayton and Nevada, 7-10 matchup. Teams are very close. I do think Nevada has played better down the stretch in the Mountain West. Close game. It's really a close-up, a coin toss kind of game. I'm going to take Nevada to move on here. I was not overly impressed with Dayton's resume this year. I think Nevada playing in that tough conference, I think they're prepared for this. I think they're going to take this game and move on and knock Dayton out and move on to the weekend. Arizona, Long Beach State. Arizona not playing real well. I don't think they're playing their best. I'm going to take them to knock off Long Beach State in that run here. I don't think Long Beach State's going to have enough to knock Arizona out here. We're going to take Arizona as a 2 seed to advance. So we've got advancing the round 1 in the West. We've got North Carolina, Mississippi State, St. Mary's, Alabama, New Mexico, Baylor, Nevada, and Arizona. So let's go to the next round here in the West. North Carolina, Mississippi State. Mississippi State can give North Carolina a game. They've played these SEC teams well. Wouldn't be shocked to see Mississippi State get by them here. I'm going to take North Carolina, though. They have a really nice season. One of the better teams in the country for sure. I'm going to take them to advance. St. Mary's and Alabama. really, I don't, like I said, don't love Alabama here. Don't know a ton about St. Mary's team. We'll take Alabama to get by to the next round. I'm not sure they're going to get much farther than this. We're going to take Alabama to get by on the 4 line and get to the next round to face North Carolina. And then New Mexico and Baylor. I don't think this is one of the Baylor teams that we've seen in the recent years. I don't think they're great. I think they were, like I said, in a kind of a Big East, a Big 12 conference. Added some new teams, and I thought they were a little bit watered down after the top 2 or 3. I'm going to take New Mexico here on the upset at the 11 to get to the next round and advance. And we've got Nevada and Arizona. And I'm going to go ahead and take Arizona to go ahead and get it done here and advance to the next round. I think Carolina gets by Bama here. I think Bama's run ends. It's just not the same Bama team from last year. They give up some points. I think North Carolina can get some points here in this game. New Mexico, Arizona. I think we need a Cinderella type story in one of these brackets. We got some chalk in the first 2. I'm going to take New Mexico. I did not think Arizona looked like a Final Four type of team a lot this season. It was just not that powerhouse team. I'm going to take New Mexico to squeak by here and get on to the next round, and then take on North Carolina in the Elite 8. But I'm going to take Carolina. So we're going to have 3 number 1s in the Final Four. Chalky for sure. But I just don't see a ton of upsets in this bracket. I think the 5-12 St. Mary's. I think Grand Canyon could win, but I don't know if Grand Canyon is going to get much further than that if they do pull it off. So that's probably the biggest one. I just don't see a ton of upsets. I think you got the really, really good teams this year. You got the 5, 6, 7 really good teams, and I just think there's a big separation in the teams that are below them this year. So I don't think this bracket is the one that's going to see other than New Mexico. I don't see a lot of Cinderellas in this West bracket. So we're going to go ahead and take North Carolina to get to the Final Four. So our Final Four so far, we've got UConn, North Carolina, and then we've got Houston. And the next video will be the Midwest. That's Purdue's region, Purdue number 1 seed. We'll have that up here in just a few minutes. Again, if you want to become a Picks member, go to TheCashmanwins.com. 1 year, $49. That covers all sports. It's less than $1 a week. Also have monthly options there as well for you to become a Picks member. And then you can ask me any questions you have about joining if you have them at the website, TheCashmanwins.com. We'll talk to you just a few minutes with the final bracket, the Midwest with Purdue, the number 1 seed. We'll have that in just a moment.